Hey friends, how is everyone doing? First Sunday in July. That means we are doing Christ and Crafting. Oops, I'm just sharing myself out a little bit, just a tad. Oh my gosh, I got caught up listening to Grace, and I looked up and it was like 6 minutes till noon. I was like, oh boy, I better get everything set up a little bit more. Okay, one more. All right, I'm ready to go. Woo, goodness. Good morning, Lisa. Thank you. So every month, Christ and Crafting is brought to us by Lisa Boone Design. She started this whole thing. Oh my gosh, what? Oh my gosh, like 6 months? 6 months? 5, 6 months? It's been going on for some time. She always does the hashtag Christ and Crafting. If you missed any of them, they're so good. Every single month. It never disappoints. I have a hard time getting anything else done because I love to hear everybody share the word, share their testimonies. It's really an amazing thing, and our prayer is always that someone is encouraged by one of these lives, um, in any way whatsoever. So that's our hope. um, I feel like I have been a little bit all over the place, honestly. I sometimes feel very focused on what I'm doing, and sometimes I don't. I've been praying about, you know, that the Holy Spirit would just move through me, and that I could possibly do just that and encourage someone. So I'm going to go ahead and go with what I plan to do, even though I changed my mind at one point and I was like, no, I've got all this stuff. I'm gonna go for it. It's a little bit different for me. I have been inspired by our good friend Heidi at Joyful Artistry by Heidi. And I'm going to try and do something that's a little bit similar to what she's done with the different wall hanging. It's not going to be quite the same, but that's what I'm going to work on today. Let me. Sorry, guys. Just looking at something real quick, real quick. It appears that maybe did you lose me? Did anybody lose me? If let me see some comments if you have not. If you're here, if you haven't lost me, I know that was a weird way to ask. Oh gosh. Okay, so get back. I am going to be doing the Hey Capri. Hey, glad you're here, guys. Glad you're here. For a minute there, everything kind of went whoop, and I was like, what happened? Hey, Jamie, hi. Hey, girl, I will see you in October, face to face. That's exciting, right? So I'm doing something that is just a tad bit different than what I had been doing. I'd been doing the scripture cards, and hey, I got caught up watching Grace, and I was like, holy cow, I got 5 minutes. I'm so glad I was pretty much ready. Hey, Jeanette. Hi, Martha. Hey, Linda. Hey, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We appreciate it so much. Hey, Callie. Um, if you are watching on my page, please watch through the Crafty Bunch. That just helps everybody out when you do. If you see a creator that you don't follow, please go ahead and give them a follow. Hi, Nicole. I love this event. The first Friday or first Sunday of every month. This has been going on for 5 months or so now, I think. I don't know exactly, but a while. There's a hashtag Christ and Crafting if you want to catch any past episodes, but be sure you watch all day. I'm always encouraged and do my best. Do my best to encourage other people. So if you've seen me on here before, you know how nervous this makes me, how like I'm sweating. it just it's an emotional thing usually, and so it's hard, but I feel like it's important, so I kind of try and push through. So my project today is inspired by Heidi of Joyful Artistry, by Heidi, and her and I had a conversation this week, and it got me to thinking about gosh, you can already hear it in my voice. It got me to thinking about empathy. And I have been told on many occasions that I have a lot of empathy. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for your encouragement. I appreciate it. Um, and empathy is kind of a blessing and a curse type of thing. I'm so thankful for it. I truly am. Um, hey, Nyla, hi. But sometimes I think how things are meant for bad, and God turns them into something good, just like, Joseph and his brothers. It is so vulnerable to share. Yes, but we are definitely called, and that's why it's important to not allow these nerves and this, worry about how my voice sounds, because I know my voice quivers and shakes. But empathy for me, I don't know that this is true for everyone, but if you are ever or have ever been in an environment where it's very important that you assess the situation before you know how to respond, it's very important that you learn how to judge the mood of the room and pick up on what other people are feeling to protect yourself. I was in an abusive marriage and an abusive relationship for a lot of years when I was very young. And I learned very quickly. Not to mention, I grew up in situations that were volatile, and I learned as a young, like my very first memories. So empathy can be born from trauma, but it is something that can be so good when it comes to serving others and helping others, and being able to kind of see and pinpoint that thing that is maybe hard for others to express, or it 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 really helps you be a servant to other people when you have that. So it is 1,000% something that was bad in my life, that was evil in my life, that God has turned into a way for me to serve others. And hey, Jenny. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good, Martha. I like that so much. I like that so much. This right here is one of the reasons I love this Christ and Crafting event, is because I am vulnerable and I get so much back from so many people. Like, just, I appreciate you guys so much. I truly, truly do. But I did write down a few verses that have helped me um, in my life. And there were times in my life when I would think to myself, if I just had one safe place to be. And when I was a little bit older, kind of was removed from that environment and able to express freely my love for Christ and explore that and build that relationship, because that was not something I was allowed to do in my first marriage. Um, when I started finding all of the places, oh, I disappeared there for a minute. All of the places where we're told that God is our refuge. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that that was actually over and over and over in the Bible, when there were those times in my life when when I prayed for that. Um, but there's psalm after psalm after psalm. Keep me safe, O God, for in you I take refuge. That's Psalm 16:1. 46:1. Over and over and over. I didn't mark them all. I guess I should have. God is our refuge and strength and ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. And then one of my, here, this one's my fave. Have mercy on me, O God, have mercy on me. For in you my soul takes refuge. I will take refuge in the shadow of your wings until this disaster has passed. Praise God, right? And just, gosh, like I said in the beginning, I was kind of all over the place, like trying to really hone down what I was trying to say, and it's a lot. Yes, Capri. Yeah. So some of the other things, I'm just going to go through some of the other things that yes, praise Jesus, that I wrote down. Another thing, as I was transitioning, hi Phyllis, from this time in my life where I basically had to make myself invisible, or just kind of be this chameleon type thing. um, when I discovered this, later in my adult life, in Hebrews 4:14, Jesus is the high priest, the great high priest. Therefore, since we have a great high priest who has gone through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold firmly to the faith we profess. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize or empathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way just as we are, yet was without sin. This part right here, this is verse 16. Let us then approach the throne of grace with confidence. And I've struggled with that myself. Hi, Dolores. But I love that. Let us approach the throne of grace, because his grace is there for us, and we can approach it with confidence. We don't have to. So much of the time when we need God the most, when we're torn or suffering or having indecisiveness, indecision, and feeling untethered, that's when we don't approach God. We don't pray. We don't find ourselves in the word, and that's when we need it most. And I feel like that is the enemy. That is shame, and that's from the enemy. So this part right here, let us then approach the throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. So important that you have that confidence, and that Jesus wants people that are weary and heavy burdened. His yoke is easy, his burden is light. He wants us to come to him, and when we feel like we can't, going there anyway, doing it anyway, the peace on the other side of that is priceless. It's priceless. So I don't know if I brought that full circle or not, but that conversation that I had with my good friend Heidi just made me think about it, and think that there have been times where I haven't been happy that I have that heart, that I have that heart of feeling what other people feel, because of where it came from. And when you know, she reminded me that that is my service. You know, it just felt really good to be brought back to that. And then of course there's Romans 8:28, which, you know, I think almost everybody, there it is. Yeah, more than conquerors. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. So I hope that that encouraged somebody and that I that I made a lick of sense. Yeah, yeah. It's, you know, I think that when I find something that I want to talk about, that I feel like I need to talk about or that I should talk about, um, there's 1,000 different verses and scriptures that touch that within me, you know, and it's hard sometimes to narrow it down because all of it is so relevant to us today. Even you know, people talk about how Old Testament, you know, isn't as relevant. It is all relevant, and it all helps us on our journeys for sure. Okay, let's get to crafting. I'm going to point this down, and this is new for me. I'm going to flip this. Hopefully I do it without causing issue. Oh, yep. I have to be so sorry. You got to look at my mug again for just a second. I have to be so intentional when I go to flip this. I can't. It has to be so smooth for it to work. There we go. Okay. So this piece of wood here is, there's a couple of holes up here. Let me show you the other part of it. It might be easier to understand where this came from. So this I got in a lot. And this on here says the law of the pack, the Cub Scout follows. It's John Gish's Cub Scout scrapbook. So I did save all of the pages of the scrapbook, but this, you can't even see it all. It's big. It's kind of cumbersome, but I do like these wood panels, right? So, and I thought that these holes right here would be great to put something through to hang. And I had been seeing Heidi make these really cool wall hanging things. So I thought I would do something like that. And this picture, get you down here so that you can see her face. I feel like there's a lot happening there in her face and her eyes. And she also has this parasol here, which makes me think of taking refuge. Yeah, isn't that a cool thing? So I love her face. She's so, I feel like she's young, she's a little girl, but there is a lot there, isn't there, in her eyes? She's got blonde curly hair. And let me tell you, when I was young, my hair was blonde. So I just love this girl. So this came in I left this tape on it. There we go. It came in a matted frame because this is from 2001. I actually got, here they are. I'm not familiar with who Jan Hagera is, but apparently she was like a watercolor artist and she sold her prints. And I just happened to get these 4 prints at an auction in a lot of stuff. And I really like them though. And this was one of them. The mat was completely intact. It was completely intact when I started it, but I was like, you know what? I don't really want it to be completely intact. I want it to be maybe a little, you know, torn up. So this is what we're starting with. And while I was messing with it, I found that I could kind of uncover part of the blue underneath the pink. Yeah, like that. And this is what we're starting out with. Let me point it this way just a little bit. Yeah, this piece of wood is big enough that it's going to be hard to get all the way in here. Yeah, Capri. I was like, this. I mean, do you guys remember? My mom worked at a photo lab back when people, you know, developed film for years. And when I was a teenager and I wanted to make some extra money, the owner would allow me to come in and cut the mats, these mats, because they matted the photographs a lot back then, you know. But I've grabbed a couple of kind of vintagey fabrics that I had. This is from an upholstery sample book. I've got this is actually a lace curtain that I kind of tore apart. So this is where we're starting. I grabbed this, I just kind of hunked a piece of this cutter quilt that I had, this pink and blue part off. So that's where we're starting. Okay. Hey Cheryl, hi, thanks for hopping on. I'm gonna look real quick here. I had this laid out and in a way that I thought might work. But of course I had to move on and do other things. So I'm gonna get back to that point where I was and see if I can't move forward from there. Here it is. I'm like, well, maybe not. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. And of course, you know, none of this is set in stone. I just got to get back to the beginning a little bit. So I had this like this, and this like this. I feel like it was over a little bit. Hey, Jolene. Yeah, okay. This. Maybe. It's not square. I think I'm going to have to rip this. Well, you guys, I'm just the second presenter today. After me is Lydia with Lydia Brigitte Design. So refresh your page. This I want to put under here. I think I want this on top of it. So yeah, I've never really done this before, but Heidi has been doing probably not just this, but similar. And I thought, man, I really kind of want to try and see maybe what I can come up with along those lines. I think I'm going to cut this right here. I think Lisa's wrapping us up tonight, possibly. I think she usually wraps us up. Get under there. So at one point when I was fiddling around to see whether or not I, could do this, I had ruffled this a little bit, but it was so bulky. And I don't know if I had my strip a little bit too wide, and that's why it was so bulky. This is kind of hard to kind of keep it how you want it to be. Oh, and I'm not completely sold on this. I don't know if you guys can see the blue in it, but I brought, yes, I have, you gotta look at this. I have so many of these fabric samples. And so I got this blue one out, and I'm thinking this is basically the same, but in blue. I do kind of like this too, but I don't want to get too many patterns. This is the one that is the same but blue. I'm gonna see if I like it better. I took on the other one, the pink one, I took this whole book apart, but I didn't take the time to do that today. It was a booger. It was a burger to get apart. A booger, not a burger, a booger. I think I just kind of, peeled off as much of this paper backing as I could on the other one, just to soften it up a little bit. It makes it so stiff with it on there. I have so many of these sample books. I am going to be selling them if anybody's interested in them. I think they're pretty cool to have a bunch of these different fabrics. I'm just gonna, they fray really well. The ones I've messed with do anyway. Are you guys commenting? And I'm not, I doubt if you are, but I hear so many people all the time saying that they don't see the comments, that people are commenting and they're not seeing them. It makes me paranoid. Makes me think I'm missing something. Just loosely cut around this. I don't want the pinking sheer edge. There we go. Hi, Missy. Cheryl. Stacy, hey. How are you guys? I am just roughing up the sides here. this sweet girl with this parasol. And what happened to all of the, yeah, I brought a bunch of like scarf clips, and I have some glove, like the vintage glove clips, some clip-on earrings. So, oh, you know what? This moved, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it to where one side is at the edge, because I don't particularly like symmetry. Now this might be okay if it had a bit of a tuck and ruffle in it. When it was all the way down this side, I thought it was a little bit too much. But for that, I think I would like it. Okay. So this is the pink flower that I had. And this is straight on this side, so it either has to be something like that. Just kind of layering it all up. Lobbing off chunks of stuff. Let's see, I have, yeah, another kind of single of that right there. You guys, I'm sorry, I have it pushed up as far as I can get it. There we go. The whole thing just isn't going to fit in there. Did it, Cheryl? Well, it helps me to see the whole picture too. I do want another bit of this. I don't know that I need. Gosh. I'm trying to hold everything while I adjust. So one of the holes is right there, but I still think I can hang it through that bit of lace stuff. Okay, what else do I got over here? That's a little bit long. I grabbed. So these clip-on earrings. Oh my goodness. So the clip is just a great way to kind of put a card, you know. Boy, that would snap on your ear, wouldn't it? I was thinking like one of the scriptures I read, something like that. The problem is me trying to figure out how, I guess if I attached it from the clip, this part would come down and then go up, and that would be okay. But I don't know if you guys can see. I think it's pretty. I don't think I'd want that sucker on my ear though, the way that snapped. And then I had these little clips too, but I'm not sure how I would. These are the glove clips. And then this one. I'm not sure how I would attach, but these are really cool, I think. And the other stuff I have is, I think, a little bit too big. A little bit too big. Those are for another project. That one's not, though. I remember clip-on, because, you know, if I had my grandma Jessie, my dad's mom, would bring us just bags of costume jewelry. If I wish so bad I had that stuff now. Let's see. There's this one. It has this little stem. That one's kind of cute too. Okay, let me keep building up here. I don't think I like this here. I might like that a little bit better. Where is it? Maybe I can put them together. What I like about this one is that this straight edge follows that mat and this straight edge follows that. So that's what I'm going to do there. Let's see. Sometimes I make it too wide. That's what I tend to do. Don't mind me reaching over all of my, y'all, every month, you know, the paper pack goes out on the 10th of the month. So every month during the Christ and Crafting event, I'm surrounded by bits and pieces of stuff that I'm packaging. Let's see, I just need to start kind of laying it and seeing what I think. Oh, maybe that hanging, that clip. The clip is facing up, so for the pearls to hang the way they're supposed to, the clip has to be up. I kind of like that. That needs to maybe be a little bit lower so that whatever's clipped to it, like if it's a card, you know. I'm thinking a scripture card is probably what will happen there. What's happening is this is all looking to me very. Can you peek? I don't know. You might do the replay, and Tom, my husband says no peeking. Tom Allen's on here. Hey, friend. This is looking to me very much like, you guys know what I'm talking about when I say the 80s, 90s, but when you take the stuff from that era and modernize it, I have not gotten this to the point where it feels modernized yet to me. And I might be struggling a bit. I just need to keep keeping on with the picking up and putting down and taking away. It's maybe just not tattered up enough, you know? Okay, let's get out some inks. Let's get out some inks. Let's junk it up a little, just a little. Okay, doot, doot, doot. So I think if you guys have watched, you have heard me talk about how our fence blew down in one of the storms. Well, our chickens have not been able to be out. How would we know? How would we know what was what? So the fence is up. Our backyard is fully enclosed again, and the chickens are enjoying their freedom. So they are very happy out there, is what my husband's saying. See, I already like that better. It was just looking a little too clean. That was part of the problem. Already, right? Ah, that's a good idea. Like a textured, okay, I'm gonna turn this over. Let me look. Let me see something real quick. Can I? This is too thick. Let's take this part that I discarded. Can I stencil this maybe? Like, will it work? This might be a little bit too loose. Yeah. I need something that is stiffer, like an actual stencil, Michelle. I'm gonna get rid of some of that. Ooh, I almost picked up my fabric scissors to cut. That, yes, Capri, that's nice. We have friends that their chickens, you know, just they're just out. And they don't have a whole lot of land or anything, but they've got enough that they can do that. We're in the middle of the city. And our neighbors tolerate us, thank goodness. But my husband does take them eggs, so maybe that's why. They're like, hey, as long as you continue to bring us eggs, we won't tattle. And this like this, I think, didn't I? I just kind of want it to look like it has come apart and come back. You know, let's see what I got. None of those stencils will work. Yeah, they put themselves to bed because, you know, guys, I mean, I know y'all know bugs. And bugs will annoy the crap out of me. And I'm like, are them chickens in bed yet? So I can let this cat outside. Okay. So I think these are the best two. And I think I like this one more so than, oh my gosh, I don't know. Which one do I like better? This one is going to, it has a lot more open space. So there's going to be a lot more covered, a lot more of the pink covered. I do kind of like this one better now that I have it out there. Let's see. I wonder how this Victorian velvet would look on this pink, guys. Let's test it out. It's going to be pink on pink, so I feel like I've used a combination of this with Vintage Photo before, and the yellowish of the Vintage Photo does give a kind of nice pinky coral. So I think I will kind of mix them up a little. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Okay. What do you guys think? Let's see if you can even see that. I'm going to go in and do where I missed there. I'm not mad at it. The eggs, yes. So, my son, so we've had chickens longer, and my son has started getting into it. And him and my husband, you know, have been, I don't know, getting together, doing the chicken thing. Anyway, so these livestock auctions, which is where I've gotten a lot of some of the quilts and stuff that I found recently. So my son his chickens have a xylophone. And my granddaughter Claire mentioned something, and I was like, what? What is that for? And Matthew says they play it. They play the xylophone. I'm like, what? I turned around and looked at my husband like, hey, our chickens are over here being deprived. They don't have no music, no concerts. What is going on? How come our chickens don't have a xylophone? I agree, Linda. So I am curious now, Capri. Do your chickens play any musical instruments? Okay, I like that. Thank you, Linda. Tell you what would I do without you guys? Seriously. You guys help me out every time. And now I honestly don't feel like something, you know, it's enough. No, I don't want this hanging off of it anymore. Oh, stop it, you silly thing. But I did like, oops, I did like the tucks on this. I might have to go ahead and do that. Just a few. Let's just do it. And I've been trying to, you know, you guys know, the ever-present trying to organize. And lo and behold, the first thing I did was, you know, take all of my blue. I just started with blue for some reason, and now all of my blue fabric is in a storage container under the bed in the spare bedroom. Oh, well, the spare bedroom. Like that bed ain't covered in craft supplies, please. If anybody were to come over and stay the night, they wouldn't really have a place to sleep. Yeah, this was just like a oh, those metal drums, yeah. They're not cultured. Are they like you know, hooligan chickens? Let's see. Come here, you. But right, well, apparently Matthew's chickens are, you know. So right here where these two holes are for the top, I was just going to put, you know, fabric, lace, like probably some coffee dyed stuff, and put it through there to hang. But okay, if that is up that high, it's not going to be able to, well, I guess it could still have something clipped in there. I feel like when you can't see the bottom where these little oval things are, yeah, something needs to happen here. Let's do a little bit more of this. I don't know that I want the whole thing. I want it to kind of, I was trying to make it fade out. So maybe if I do it really dark down here in the corner. Stop it. Stop it, you silly thing. Let's see. Is this not a repeating pattern? How is one supposed to? One is probably supposed to line it up better from the get-go. Right? Do you guys remember the that sound? All the pretty girls walk like this. I made my husband go out there because they will come to him, more so than me. They're like, we don't know you. They're like, stranger danger when I come around. No. And so I recorded them when they were all running after him with that sound. And so now I still, when they when they come running, I still hear that in my head. Okay, you go away. Maybe down a little. I kind of want to ink. I kind of want to ink her page here too. You guys, I've only got 5 minutes left. I come on every Thursday and do a work in progress video where I work on something I've been working on. This might have to be what I do on Thursday. This might have to be the project, although I'm almost done with my Alice in Wonderland. Yes, yes, I did, Capri. I put it to that music. And so, you know how they walk, they waddle around. So I've got the stencil, here and here. I thought about doing a little bit of the stencil, just very little. Okay, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Okay. Don't second guess yourself. Just go for it. So it will be, hidden some. But I'm not necessarily mad at it. I'm sure it is a real somewhere. I'll have to. You guys, be sure you refresh your page for Lydia. She's on up next. And she always has a great verse and insight. Okay. Y'all, I have been known to do too much. And then when you get to the point where you've done too much, you just got to keep doing more. You just got to keep doing more at that point, in my opinion. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here for a little bit. I hope that you'll watch all day long. I shared the graphic. Cheryl, Heidi, Lydia's next. Lisa will be wrapping it up. So yeah, check it out all day long. Lots of people. Okay, that helped. I feel like that helped just put a little bit, why is the glare? A little bit of pink on there at the bottom. I think that'll look better underneath there. Thanks, Capri. Thank you. Oh, Capri, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, I love Halloween, and I sometimes my husband loves Halloween too. He loved it when the kids were young, but getting him to dress up with me is another story. All right, so let me kind of get an idea again here. I don't know where my, oh, there it is. All right, you guys, refresh your page. Lydia's up now. She's in the Crafty Bunch. So just refresh your page and enjoy your Sunday with everybody. I sure enjoy you guys when you come on with me. I appreciate y'all so much. Yeah, I am enjoying this project, but I can tell that there's a little ways to go before she's right. But that's okay. It's part of the fun is placing and moving and auditioning all the things. But I definitely want a little bit more tatter. I think that maybe a lighter fabric. We'll see. We'll see. You join me on Thursday to find out, and refresh your page right now for Lydia. Thank you guys. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.